गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, आई होप यू ऑल आर डूइंग वेरी वेल। आप सबका मैं स्वागत करता हूं तीसरे सेशन में। तो आज का जो टॉपिक है, जो भी डिजीजेस न्यूज में रहा है लास्ट 2-3 सालों में, जो भी चर्चा का विषय रहा है, आज उसके बारे में हम लोग डिस्कशन करेंगे। इट्स अ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट सेशन फॉर द एग्जामिनेशन, राइट? एंड वॉट एवर आई एम गोइंग टू कवर राइट नाउ, and I will be covering again in bilingual mode, हिंदी और अंग्रेजी दोनों में मैं बताऊंगा यहाँ पर। Whatever I am going to teach right now, whatever topics I am going to cover right now, right, there are probable chances of questions to be asked in the exam. So you know that in UPSC pattern of exam, disease, health becomes very very important, and regularly questions are asked in the examination. तो डिजीज पे कोई भी चीज नया जो है ना, कहीं भी कुछ चर्चा का विषय रहा है, उसके बारे में क्वेश्चन जरूर आते हैं। ठीक है, तो कुछ बेसिक चीजें मैं बताना चाहूंगा, उसके बाद मैं टॉपिक्स की शुरुआत करूंगा। तो गुड इवनिंग एवरीवन, बहुत लोग अभी जुड़ रहे हैं, तो आई एम जस्ट वेलकम यू ऑल टू दिस प्लेटफॉर्म एंड विल गो इनटू दैट। सो लेट मी जस्ट गिव यू स्लाइड आइडिया हियर। इन द यूपीएससी प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम, और केवल प्रीलिम्स की बात नहीं है, कोई भी एग्जाम की बात हम करें, वेदर यू टॉक अबाउट स्टेट पीसीएस एग्जाम, यूपी पीसीएस और जेपीएससी, अभी 17 मार्च को जेपीएससी एग्जाम होना है, झारखंड पब्लिक सर्विस कमीशन, और बीपीएससी, आरएएस, राजस्थान एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव सर्विस, बीपीएससी, जितने भी है डिजीज रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस आते हैं। तो व्हाट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट हियर, हेल्थ, राइट? हेल्थ एज अ टॉपिक, स्वास्थ्य इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में, और इसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आता है डिजीज। ह्यूमन डिजीजेस, है ना, मानव रोग, खास तौर पे मानव रोग पे जो ह्यूमन डिजीजेस जो है। अब इसके जो डायमेंशंस है, पहला डायमेंशन होता है दैट इज अ बायोलॉजी, जीव विज्ञान। First thing which comes here, you need to be aware of general science, biology. जीव विज्ञान के बारे में पता होना चाहिए कि जो डिजीज होते हैं उसके होने का कारण क्या है, खास तौर पे यहाँ पे जो पैथोजेंस, राइट, विच से इन हिंदी रोगाणु। Whether this disease causing microorganism is a bacteria or virus or fungus, you take any of the example, either bacterium or fungus, whatever, virus, whatever may be that. So that's the biology part of it. Symptoms, what type of symptoms are there, right? How it get transmitted. So when you come across here, so one is that in terms of symptoms, causative एजेंट, है ना, किन कारणों से हो रहा है, दैट मीन्स क्या ये बैक्टीरिया के द्वारा है, इज इट बाय बैक्टीरिया, इज इट बाय वायरस, इज इट बाय प्रोटोजोआ, लाइक यू नो मलेरिया, द पैरासाइट, फाइलेरिया, फाइलेरिया, दैट इज अगेन द पार्ट ऑफ, और इज इट बाय फंगस, फंजाई, राइट, और एनी काइंड ऑफ अ वर्म, नेमाटोड्स बोलते हैं। सो दिस पार्ट यू हैव टू बी अवेयर कि विच माइक्रोऑर्गेनिज्म कॉज द डिजीज। दूसरा है सिम्टम्स। एक बार जब मानव शरीर में वो पैथोजन आ गया, डिजीज कॉजिंग वायरस और बैक्टीरिया जो भी आ गया, अब उसका मानव शरीर पर क्या प्रभाव पड़ता है, व्हाट टाइप ऑफ लक्षण, सिम्टम्स appear after 2 days, 4 days, 5 days, fever, nausea, vomiting, headache, तमाम चीजें जो है। और हर डिजीज का अपना इंक्यूबेशन टाइम होता है, that part comes there. And then this one, कि whether it is acute, chronic, right, fatal, right? तो यहाँ पर acute मतलब होता है short term, but the body suffers a lot. Chronic means long term. The person keep on suffering for a long time, है ना, वो chronic कहा जाता है. जैसे tuberculosis है, HIV है, is a chronic kind of disease. HIV is a very good example there. Chronic, person lifelong suffer from the disease, right? At the same time, when you say acute, like viral fever, but the person again recover after some times, है ना, तो वो चीज है. Then again here, modes of transmission. कम्युनिकेबल डिजीज जो है, संक्रामक रोग जो कहते हैं, वो किस तरह से फैलता है ना? इज इट बाय वाटर, क्या वो जल से फैलता है, दूषित जल से, राइट, पोल्यूटेड वाटर और कंटामिनेटेड वाटर. इज इट बाय एयर ड्रॉपलेट, या कॉन्टैक्ट, टच, और बॉडी फ्लूइड लाइक ब्लड, समटाइम थ्रू सेक्सुअल इंटरकोर्स, right, that could be through the body fluid again. Even some kind of object like cloth, utensils. Animal, zoonotic, from animal to human transmission. तो बहुत सारे ऐसे हो जाए. प्लस वेक्टर. What is vector? Carrier, maybe mosquito, you know, malaria, female anopheles mosquito. Dengue as a virus by Aedes aegypti. Filaria, filial worm by again mosquito. So the vector part. तो किस तरह से ऐसे संक्रामक रोग का फैलाव होता है? क्या ये पशुजनक है, जूनोटिक है, या इसके लिए कोई वाहक या कैरियर है, वेक्टर है, या क्या ये जल, वायु, मृदा उससे फैलता है? तो अगेन द बायोलॉजी पार्ट ऑफ इट, यू हैव टू बी अवेयर ऑफ दिस. तो ये एक पार्ट है, दिस इज वन पार्ट व्हिच कम्स हियर, राइट. व्हाट इज द सेकंड पार्ट? सेकंड पार्ट कम्स हियर इन टर्म्स ऑफ करंट अफेयर्स. पिछले एक वर्ष में, 1 year, in last 1 year, or I'll say even last 3, 4, 5 years, anything in the news, है ना, जो न्यूज में रहे, जो समाचार पत्रों में रहे, और इसमें दोनों लेवल पे है, ग्लोबल एंड द नेशनल लेवल. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल, यू नो अबाउट दिस वन, एपिडेमिक. किसी खास ज्योग्राफिकल एरिया में उसका स्प्रेड होता है, एपिडेमिक, है ना, महामारी जो बोलते हैं, महामारी, epidemics in a country or part of a country, right? But you know that pandemic, वर्ल्ड, जब वही डिजीज का फैलाव, संक्रमण पूरे विश्व भर में हो जाता है, when it spread to many countries, worldwide transmission. So that is called pandemic. That you know that COVID-19, corona pandemic, and there you will come across the role of WHO, World Health Organization, right? The role of WHO. So what comes the third aspect which I would like to add here, कि जब आप तैयारी कर रहे हैं तो आपको क्या इस पे ध्यान रखना है. थर्ड एस्पेक्ट यहां पर जो है, you have to know from global perspective, है ना, that is a global aspect of here. That means क्या क्या इसमें इनिशिएटिव्स लिया गया है. तो ग्लोबल में यहाँ पर WHO आता है. एनी टाइप ऑफ मेडिसिन, ड्रग्स, वैक्सीन, डिजीज को फैलने से रोकने के लिए क्या प्रयास किए जा रहे हैं, दैट इज डायग्नोसिस. तो WHO गाइडलाइंस, राइट, WHO मॉनिटरिंग बाय WHO, है ना, उसके जो गाइडलाइंस होते हैं. तो हियर व्हाट इज कॉल्ड हियर, वन इज सर्वेलेंस, मॉनिटरिंग, right, prevention, and again treatment. इसके लिए गाइडलाइंस होते हैं, कैसे उसका सर्वेलेंस करें, कैसे हम मॉनिटर करें, निरीक्षण करें, किस तरह हम उसको रोके, उसके ट्रांसमिशन रोके, प्रिवेंशन। और चौथा होता है ट्रीटमेंट, क्या उसका मेडिसिन है, क्या इनफ अमाउंट में मेडिसिन है, क्या वो उससे लड़ा जा सकता है उस बीमारी से, उस रोग से, या क्या उसमें उसके लिए कोई वैक्सीन ऑलरेडी बना हुआ है या नए वैक्सीन को बनाना है। देयर हैज टू बी एफर्ट टू मेक अ न्यू वैक्सीन फॉर दैट पर्टिकुलर डिजीज, or already existing vaccine is there, already treatment therapy is there. How to prevent that diagnosis part, that comes into that. And second comes here national, government of India at the national level. So when you talk about national level, so here Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, government surveillance, health ministry. Again, what comes here in terms of guidelines, right? Then again, what comes here? Not only guidelines, awareness, mass media and awareness. People are aware of the disease, symptoms. Then comes here diagnosis, पता करना क्या डिजीज है, antigen antibody test, right? PCR test, all those kind of methods there. Then coming to, apart from diagnosis, what comes the next thing here? Treatment, therapy. So whether Indian government or in India, we have enough of hospitals, medical centers, facilities, infrastructure. Whether in India we have trained manpower to deal with that epidemic and pandemic, whether in our country we have enough stock of medicines, diagnostic kits, or existing vaccines. All those things comes into the part of it. And this is according to we follow according to WHO. And there's continuous exchange of information. The continuous exchange of information at the same time following the guidelines of WHO. And it's not only India, every country. Suppose that disease is in Europe, then European countries will follow it. If in China, then China will follow it. If it's African country, then African country will follow it. The perspective remains the same. ये जो मैं आपको लिख रहा हूँ ये यूनिवर्सल है, चाहे वो इंडिया में हो रहा हो, चाइना में हो रहा हो, जापान में हो रहा हो, यूरोप में हो रहा हो, अमेरिका में हो रहा हो, अफ्रीका में हो, कहीं भी हो, ये पर्सपेक्टिव आपको जानना है. From UPSC exam perspective, you have to be aware of these particular areas. So when you're reading current affairs, you should ask the question: what, how, when, कब वो आउटब्रेक हुआ, where, कहाँ हुआ, what, वो आउटब्रेक है क्या, how, कैसे वो स्प्रेड करता है. All these questions have to be asked by you. ठीक है? So that will give you the answers. And UPSC question क्या होगा? Dynamic. In a given question, UPSC will ask multiple areas. Dynamic aspect will be there. There will be biology part also, geography part also, at the same time biotechnology, science and technology part of, and again government policy, government programs. Again this will be in single question. Holistic perspective will be asked in the exam. And same thing you can take it to means exam. जब आप मुख्य परीक्षा में आंसर लिखते हैं, फिर यही पर्सपेक्टिव के आसपास आपको अपने आंसर को रखना होगा, है ना. बट इन प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम में ऑब्जेक्टिव टाइप क्वेश्चन, मल्टीपल चॉइस क्वेश्चन, फिर उस संदर्भ में आपको आंसर करना है. ठीक है, तो एक मैंने जनरल आइडिया दिया है. मैं अगेन टू एवरीवन हु आर राइट नाउ लाइव, और जो लोग ये वीडियो है ना सेशन के बाद देख रहे हैं रिकॉर्डेड वीडियो, तो सारी चीजों पे आपको ध्यान रखना है. एंड वॉट एवर आई एम टीचिंग राइट नाउ इन अ बाइलिंगुअल मोड, आई विल कीप ऑन गोइंग थ्रू एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इट. विल ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड एवरी एस्पेक्ट ऑफ दैट. Today's session, this session is very, very important for all kinds of examination, right? And those who are right now live, I have brought my laptop, chat box is open in front of me, and I'm seeing your messages. मैं आपके मैसेज पढ़ रहा हूँ, आपके सामने मेरे सामने चीजें हैं, और जो भी आपकी क्वेरीज होंगे आई विल रिप्लाई टू दैट, आई रिप्लाई टू योर क्वेरीज देयर. सो लेट मी जस्ट सी द चैट हियर. सो पंकज सिंह हैज जॉइंड, ओमकार इज देयर, राइट, शिवराज इज देयर, देन Priti has joined here, Pratiksha is there, Sai Lokesh is there, right, yes, Sanjeev Kumar is there, Priyanka Sharma, right, okay, yeah, good, Priyanka, I am good to see you here, है ना, मैं आपसे मिलकर मुझे बहुत खुशी हुई. You were my student in some other institute. Anyway, so this initiative is good for that. Now let's go to the topic here. First one. Yes. Which disease? I'm looking at your chat. So which disease we are going to cover? कौन से disease के बारे में हम लोग चर्चा करने जा रहे हैं जो एग्जाम के लिए इंपॉर्टेंट है? Yes. Yes, Shreya, good evening. Sagar, good evening. So which disease we are going to discuss now? You know that ये news में रहा है. Even now also it is in the news. Right now Bangladesh has got this infection. Yes, Manish Kushwaha. So anybody in the classroom? If not, then I'll give the answer. Nipah virus. Right? Nipah, yes. Ritik has given the answer Nipah. Nipah virus. You're right, good. Nipah virus. What you see right now is a Nipah virus. And what you can see here, fruit bat. This is a fruit bat. Right, fruit bat as a host. Reservoir. Reservoir or host of this virus, Nipah virus. So, Nipah virus, ये लगातार न्यूज में रहा है. It is always in the news. The Nipah virus. And you know that this particular virus, as a fruit bat, as a part of it, it came in the news from this one. Toddy. Kerala. Right? Kerala, number of times there is an outbreak of Nipah virus. At the same time, even West Bengal, Siliguri, Jalpaiguri, earlier there was outbreak. Even now, this Bangladesh is getting this one. And if you look at the origin, that goes to Southeast Asia, Malaysia, Singapore. Again, that is suffering there. So what you see right now from Indian context, Toddy. जो आपको पता है ताड़ी, ताड़ी, right? In Kerala, there's a toddy shop is there. जहाँ पे fish, mutton and all those things with toddy. And toddy is prepared from fruit, right? Palm fruit and all this one. What you can see here, right? Grape toddy is given here. Now you can see here, there is the food. Matka. Right? Right? With the food and everything here. And you can see this bottle. Tadi, toddy. So, Kozhikode in Kerala, the part which people went and took this liquor, ये देसी लिकर है. जब पीने के बाद उस समय तो बहुत मस्ती आई, उसके बाद अस्पताल, ambulance and hospital, because this toddy was infected with the fruit which contained Nipah virus. Fruit bat which ate in the fruit, and from that this toddy which is prepared, and after consuming that liquor, people got infected with the virus, Nipah virus. Right? Yes, Somras, Madira, Desi Madira, right? Seafood and everything there. तो ये न्यूज में रहा था. So now they've got infected here. So when they found out, right? So what is a natural host? Bat, fruit bat. fruit bat being the natural host. After diagnosis the disease, when they went to find out further, right, the host or reservoir, this fruit bat, carrier of the Nipah virus. They were part of it, right? This is part of it, and is a fatal disease here. But now let me give you background here. Let me discuss the background here. What you see right now, this photograph, what you see right now, is Malaysia. कहाँ है? Malaysia है. In Malaysia, there is a place called, which you can find, Kampong Sungai Nipah. The name of this virus has come from Kampong Sungai Nipah. There is a village. This is the name of the village from where this name has come into that. This is the name of the virus is the Malaysian village in Malaysia. Right? Is a Malaysian village. But you can see the place here in Malaysia. Right? This Malaysian village named what I've written here. There's a Kampong Sungai Nipah. There in the pig farm. In a pig farm, this outbreak of Nipah was first time found out. In a pig farm. So this pig farm, so pig as a host. In that village, and the people who ate pork, pork, they got infected with the virus, Nipah virus. Now the question comes, is the pig direct host? Pig is intermediate host. If you look at the Nipah virus, if you look at the host here, which has this virus, the first thing here, direct host comes here, fruit bat. But other animals like pig is the intermediate host. Let's say fruit. That fruit, this is eaten by bat, fruit bat. Just got infected with virus. Now this is eaten by pig. So infection in pig, and when the pig is eaten by human, infection in human. So pig is not direct host. Remember that. Pig is the intermediate one. From pig it goes to the man, human. Right? So the main host is this one. Fruit bat is the main one. This is called the primary host. This is the primary host. जो मुख्य इसका जो होस्ट है वो फ्रूट बैट है, पिग नहीं है. पिग इंटरमीडिएट में आता है, क्योंकि जब पिग ऐसे इन्फेक्टेड फ्रूट को खाता है और फिर पिग इन्फेक्शन होने के बाद जब उसको इंसान खाता है, मनुष्य खाता है, तो मनुष्य में रोग होता है. विच इज द मेन होस्ट? फ्रूट बैट. राइट? फ्रूट बैट इज द मेन होस्ट of this virus, Nipah virus. Right? So this is what you have to be aware of it. Right? Fruit bat comes into that, and That is where it comes into that. So if you come across here, this one, fruit bat, see the diagram here. Fruit bat, fruits are infected, fallen fruits, eaten by pigs, pig is eaten by man, man gets the infection. This is what the diagram depicts, right? This is what the diagram depicts here. What do you find here? जो मैंने भी समझाया यहाँ पर, this part of it. So here, the symptom if you look at here. So what type of disease is there? Zoonotic. First thing is that it is transmitted from animal to human. Nipah virus will not be through air, soil, water, contact, vector, but is by fruit bat. So here is the zoonotic disease. So what is first thing here? Zoonotic. Zoonotic disease. And here reservoir is the infected fruit bats, animal to human transmission, and then human to human, right? So signs and symptoms if you look at, the person suffer with fever, then with headache, right? Vomiting, then muscle pain, then cough, then sore throat, and then difficulty in breathing. These are the symptoms. These are symptoms of the virus. And how the diagnosis is done? Diagnosis is done through RT-PCR, PCR test, polymerase chain reaction, throat, nasal swab, swab लिया जाता है. The just like COVID-19, the swab from the throat or nose, and that sample is tested in the sometimes blood also there. Cerebrospinal fluid. What is cerebrospinal fluid? The backside is get punctured, and the CSF, spinal cord में जो fluid होता है, cerebrospinal fluid because it affects brain also there. Urine, बाद में ELISA भी करते हैं. Treatment क्या है? Supportive care. So rest and drinking water, taking enough of hydration, and the treatments are there. Now causes the close contact with infected animals, contact with animals, or its fluid, animal fluid, body fluid of animals, or contact with animals, even contaminated food, let's say this one, mango or fruit water contaminated or infected with virus, that can also cause that. Or direct contact could be there. Let's say there's a fruit bat, it can go to the cat, it can go to dog, it can go to pig. All these are intermediate hosts. Pig, dog, cat, all are intermediate. And through that also human can get the disease. And इंसान में भी ये disease हो सकता है. This is what the diagram, this image depicts. That part of it. And from again human to human, transmission could be there. Now get the another part of it, what I would like to bring here. Okay, if you look at this virus, see when you talk about virus here, always remember that when you talk about viruses, when you talk about virus here, the virus, you should always remember that based on genetic material, right? Virus is simple organism made of protein coat and then genetic material. So genetic material of the virus either will have RNA, that's ribonucleic acid, single strand RNA, right? Or it may have DNA, deoxyribonucleic acid, which is double stranded molecule, right? Double stranded molecule here, that is this one, DNA. And the virus has the protein coat, like here it will have a something called here capsid. There is a protein coat. It's called capsid. And then on the either it may have the genetic material here, either RNA or DNA. RNA single strand, DNA double strand, and there will be protein coat. Outside, this will be protein coat. This is a protein coat of the virus. This is called what you call capsid. And then you have an antigen. On this one, you have this kind of a protein molecules or antigens they have. They carry the antigens. This is called surface antigen, which help in attachment. ये एंटीजन क्या करता है? अटैचमेंट में हेल्प करता है. दिस सरफेस एंटीजन जो होते हैं वायरस के, ऑन द सरफेस there are this type of proteins are there. There are also protein that helps in attachment to the cell. Attachment to the cell. This surface antigen which is found there. And RNA DNA helps in multiplication. That means once the virus gets inside the body, it multiplies. That means it hijack the cellular machinery and prepare its genetic material and the capsid, the protein coat and the antigen, and assemble it and make the viral particles and multiply very, very fast. That's the nature of the virus infection is there. That is the way the virus infects them. Now, when you talk about Nipah virus, right? They belong to Hanipa virus. There's a class of virus called Hanipa virus. It comes into that kind of a family of virus. Even the viruses have the family. Hanipa virus, it belongs to that kind of a family of viruses. So here, if you look at here, this is how they comes into. It has an RNA molecule. What is it? Is RNA. Single strand RNA. तो जब क्वेश्चन आएगा एग्जाम में, when the question will be asked in the exam, again you should know whether what type of virus is that, RNA or DNA. And RNA virus, they are retroviruses. And what is the unique thing about RNA virus? They multiply very fast and they are able to make changes to the proteins. What you see the outside, these are antigens. And they have different structure. If you see, these are antigens here. See fusion protein by which it attached to the cell. Then you find here lipid. This lipid. Lipid is another type of molecule which makes the outer coat. Then protein. This is a protein. So the coat is made of protein and lipid bilayer, right? Then you have a nucleoprotein and all this one. So they are able to attach, and you can see the shape of this protein, surface antigen. They have different shapes are there. So the mode of transmission, that this kind of proteins are able to attach and insert into the cell and then multiply. तो ये बात को ध्यान में रखना है. Nipah virus is also an RNA virus, not a DNA virus. Sometimes facts, biological fact, आपको याद रखना होगा. Right? It's an RNA virus. Nipah is an RNA virus. तो कहने का मतलब क्या है? When it is RNA virus, तो what RNA virus do? They frequently mutate. What we call a strain. You know that COVID-19. You have already read about COVID, right? COVID-19. The different strains are there. Different types are there. And that is because of changes in the genetic material. And what genetic material? RNA, ribonucleic acid. Where the change of the RNA result into change in the proteins. These proteins on the virus coat that changes. So they frequently mutate. HIV is RNA virus. They mutate. So Nipah is also RNA virus, and they also have strains. Different strains are there. ठीक है? अभी कहां पर न्यूज में है? बांग्लादेश. Now let's look at here. If I just go to the Google search here, right? So here Nipah virus, बांग्लादेश. इंडिया में तो था लास्ट ईयर तक में. अभी ये जो आउटब्रेक था, you'll get all this news one. See, outbreaks of Nipah virus infection are seasonal in Bangladesh with cases usually occurring annually between December and April, corresponding with the harvesting and consumption of date palm sap. See, date palm sap जो मैंने टोडी बताया उसी कॉन्टेक्स्ट में यहाँ बात है. Now see Nipah virus infection. So now this is now making the अभी रिसेंटली क्या था हिंदू पेपर. If you do the search the Hindu, you will get the headlines here. है ना, ये हेडलाइंस निपा वायरस द हिंदू. नाउ यू कैन सी 13 सितंबर, मैं आपको डेट भी बता देता हूं. 13 सितंबर 2023 निपा केसेस डिटेक्टेड बिलोंग टू बांग्लादेश स्ट्रेन. फ्रॉम बांग्लादेश समटाइम्स यू नो माइग्रेशन ऑफ पीपल फ्रॉम one country to another. So from Bangladesh coming to India and carrying this infection, given here this one. So the minister said the Nipah cases detected here belong to the Bangladesh strain. Now see the word strain, because change in the genetic material RNA, they modify the surface protein, so that becomes a new strain. That is what comes here, right? So here you can see that this one. Nipah infection possible in more places Southeast Asia. 13th October 2023. Nipah is coming continuously in the news. That's why I have taken this topic of Nipah virus, क्योंकि इसका पॉसिबिलिटी है 2-3 साल से ये न्यूज में अभी तक क्वेश्चन नहीं आया हुआ है. It can be asked in the exam, right? My purpose of taking this can be asked in the exam. ठीक है, इसका 2-3 चीज क्या याद करना है. जूनोटिक, क्या है डिजीज? जूनोटिक, एनिमल टू ह्यूमन and then from human to human transmission through the contact, or even the blood or body fluid of the animal can transmit there. Even infected food, direct transmission to humans if that food is or fruit is infected with the virus. Then what is it? RNA virus. How the diagnosis? RT-PCR, the same as COVID-19. Again, what is given there? Intensive care, water, liquid, rest, that is all advised, right? This all thing comes into that. So COVID is a different class of the virus. COVID affects the lungs, right? Corona is also kind of virus, but it affects the lungs. They have different body part which it affect there. Nipah virus affect brain, right? If you take here, compare here, if you have to compare this one, Nipah virus, if you look at, and COVID-19 virus, if you compare both of them. So if you look at comparison here, the first thing is that it's RNA virus. This also comes RNA virus. Second thing is that this belongs to Hanipa virus, right? The family of Hanipa virus, whereas here it belongs to influenza virus. Influenza, right? Which basically affect lungs. This affect muscle and brain. Brain get affected, right? And is the lethal. Person dies because of the brain impact. Whereas here, influenza virus, they affect lungs. Respiratory, what is here called? Respiratory. But here what we find here? Muscular system and nervous system. The person can go into coma. Nipah virus, person can go into coma state. है ना, ब्रेन को इम्पैक्ट करता है, नर्वस सिस्टम को इम्पैक्ट करता है. ठीक है, ये चीज, और ये मैक्सिमम चांसेस फेटल होते हैं, डेथ, राइट? हियर इज मोस्टली द फेटल. More than 50% chances of the people get into coma state and death. Here, right, it also fatal, but here can be prevented, right? इज लेस फेटल। आप बोलेंगे कि सर इतने लोग कोरोना से मर कैसे गए, मतलब इसको प्रॉपर इसको बचा जा सकता है। जैसे कोल्ड होता है, कोल्ड एंड ऑल दिस, सर्दी जुकाम कोल्ड, तो यहाँ बचा जा सकता है। लेकिन यहाँ पर क्या है, ब्रेन को इंपैक्ट करता है, एंड दैट्स व्हाट इट बिकम्स वेरी वेरी डेंजरस। अनदर थिंग हियर, व्हाट इज अ जूनोटिक? Animal to human. This is not confirmed. One theory says that it is a zoonotic, but WHO has not confirmed. Right? WHO has not confirmed into this. If you do the comparison here, WHO has not confirmed that particular thing here. दूसरा next क्या होता है? Second thing what comes here, that here the transmission from animal, like here from animal to human through contact and blood, or let's say body fluid of the animal. But here again what? Right? कैसे होते हैं contact? How is transmission? By air, है ना, जो droplets होते हैं and contacts. Let's say whatever the infected COVID-19 person has, where the virus is there, coughing and all, and touch anything there, and if anybody touch that one surface, then the virus will come there, and then when it goes to the body, the person get the coronavirus. इसीलिए हम वहाँ पर सैनिटाइजर यूज करते थे, right? We used to always sanitize our hands and everything, use the face mask, या मास्क को लगाया जाता था. So if you see here, this is what the difference is there. दोनों के बीच में difference ये है. So when you are looking into any such disease, you should try to understand the basic part of it there, right? इसको समझना बहुत जरूरी है. And that's what where the even UPSC can ask you the comparison based question. And for both vaccines are developed with the time, है ना, वहां पर है. कोरोना और COVID-19 mutate very fast, right? It mutate very very fast. Fruit bat is also a natural reservoir, yes. It also belongs to Hendra virus. This one is the Hanipa virus. It also comes to Hendra virus also. It also comes into that. The natural host, right? Natural host is the fruit bat that comes here, right? So let me go to the next part of it. So this is what comes to Nipah by transmission and mortality. So fruit bat, blood, saliva, even saliva of the fruit bat, urine, even the urine of the fruit bat. If it goes to the contaminated fruit, date palm sap, if it goes to pig, from pig to pig, or from pig to human, and from human to human. This is the cycle of the outbreak. So this is the natural host. The primary host comes here, right, where this virus is all about, and then it transmits from the part of there, right? So Nipah virus, and you see here 40 to 75% mortality. That means 40% to 75%, right, is the fatality of Nipah virus. Death is caused. If not properly treated, person may die. So it has higher rate of mortality, right? Higher rate of mortality is there. That part comes. तो ये चीज यहाँ पे ध्यान रखना है. Okay. Next topic. Which disease? Another current disease in the news. क्या है ये बताओ? What do you see right now? देखा है कई बार आपने इस एनिमल को देखा होगा. You would have seen this animal here. I told you that whatever I'm covering right now, they are very, very important for the exam. Okay. Pratiksha and all those people who can tell me which animal is this? What is this animal called as? Then I'll come to the disease there. Right? Hendra virus, that is Nipah virus, all right. Yes. मुझे बताओ क्या है जानवर का नाम? Anybody in the classroom who can tell me what is this animal called? I'm looking at your chat box. Mouse fever. Mouse fever, all right. Now tell me here. Now, what is the name of the animal? ये animal क्या है? We are discussing another zoonotic disease. What is the name of the animal? Nobody is giving me answer. This is called shrew. ये mouse नहीं है. It's called shrew. Right? Shrew कहा जाता है इसको. रोडेंट है, रैट में ही आता है, रोडेंट है. और इसको हिंदी में बोलते हैं छुचुंदर. राइट? छुचुंदर आपको पता है, कई बार आपने देखा होगा घर में जो है श्रू होता है. देखो, इट्स नॉट अ रैट, शू. रैट जैसा दिखता है पर इसका माउथ थोड़ा लंबा होता है. इसको हिंदी में कहते हैं छुचुंदर. राइट? इट्स अ शू स्पीसीज. राइट? यस मनीष, यू आर राइट. ये चीज है. नाउ चाइना में, in China this virus is another natural host. Right? It is another natural host which came in the news. Anybody in the classroom who can tell me what is the name of this virus? I'm looking at your chat box. कोई भी मुझे बता दे कि इसका नाम क्या है. What is the name of the disease? और मैंने अभी हिंट दिया है चाइना में. It was there in China. It was there in China. Yes, anybody? Nobody is giving me the answer here. Let me come to this one. It's called Langya. Langya virus. What's the name of the virus? Langya. Langya virus. This was outbreak in Eastern China. Right? Eastern China. And for this virus, this animal is a host. This is the host. Right? This is the host of this virus. What you see right now, this photograph, this Langya virus. This was in the news. Where? Eastern China. In China it was in the news. Let's see here. चाइना में ये न्यूज में था. लैंगिया वायरस. 35 people died because infected with this virus. How many people got there? 35 people. That was in the China. 35 cases were detected. Infection of this Langya virus. See here. This is not the first time that we has infected people. In 2018, about 35 cases were detected. But it was not until August 2022 that they were identified. So if you see here, again याद रखना है कि UPSC can ask you disease question not only 1 year, but it can also ask last 2-3 years. केवल 1 साल की बात नहीं है, 2-3 साल पहले भी कुछ न्यूज में तो वो क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. और जो बात मैं हमेशा दोहराता रहता हूं कि जिस तरह के क्वेश्चंस आजकल यूपीएससी में आ रहे हैं, जितने भी पॉपुलर कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट और उसके मटेरियल्स हैं, उसको ढंग से नहीं कैच कर रहे. राइट। यूट्यूब चैनल में बहुत सारे वीडियोस हैं, बहुत सारी चीजें आ जाती है, लेकिन पर्टिकुलरली दिस टाइप का जो चीजें हैं जो अनटच्ड होता है वो कोचिंग इंस्टीट्यूट और उसके बाकी चीजें वो कवर नहीं कर रहे। और ये सब ग्रे एरिया है जहां पे यूपीएससी विल आस्क द क्वेश्चन। लैंगिया वायरस, राइट। सो रिमेंबर दैट, मैं ये हर बार में बोलता हूं, डेली करंट अफेयर्स, people who are following the newspaper regularly will be aware of such kind of viruses and the diseases there, right? So here China, why China is having this one? Because the same logic applies why Africa is having all this, right? One is the climatic condition. Second, in China animals are eaten by Chinese, right? The number of animals which are consumed, eaten by Chinese people. So there are more contact with such animals. See, nature, when you look at nature, you take here nature and the wild, right? If you take nature, if we talk about nature there, right? In the nature, there are wild animals are there, which live in the nature there. And these wild animals, right, they are the natural host, like dog, monkeys, right, of such kind of viruses. Now what is the thing here? Either these wild animals, right, come in contact. So not all wild animals, remember that, right? Certain wild animals, few types. Some of these, not all, when come in contact with humans, है ना, डिजीज का होता है। अब वो कब होगा? देयर कुड बी मेनी पॉसिबिलिटीज देयर। वन इज दैट दे आर ईटन बाय मैन। चाइना में क्या है? एनिमल मार्केट होता है। इन चाइना, व्हेन यू गो टू चाइना, China has a wet market. There's something called wet market. Animal market is there. And as per human consumption, as a food, they eat there. Or when it will contact there, when there is deforestation for mining, for any kind of development project, and that is again the habitat loss. Animal in distress, they will come outside. Or nowadays we know that wildfire, forest fire, right, calamities, right, disasters, and that is induced by climate change. Again one can say that those can be contact there. अब जैसे कि इबोला वायरस, why Africa? When you are asking China, one of the things is that China, because of the thriving market, thriving animal market is there. So there become more and more chances of exposure of humans with animals there. But if we talk about Africa, again the part of development, like Ebola virus, Congo, Ebola virus, that was the news. Again contact with animals, chimpanzee and primate, and came to humans. Ebola virus. So any kind of contact that could be there. आज मैं बताऊंगा एक और भी डिजीज के बारे में, ठीक है? ये चीज वहां पर है। See, environment and biotech, I am already doing it. There's some person has asked the question here in the chat box, which I'm replying that. Biotechnology and environment, I am already doing many videos there. You'll find in many platforms there. Not in this platform, but you can find in my personal channel also there. आप वहाँ जाएंगे तो आपको मिल जाएगा, right? बायोटेक्नोलॉजी का मैंने कई सारे वीडियोस मैंने किए हैं, एनवायरमेंट के भी कई सारे वहाँ पर हैं, and I'll be doing that one. और मैं अभी एक अकेडमी में दिल्ली में पढ़ा भी रहा हूँ. I'm taking right now environment session also there, and this month and the next month I will be covering a number of areas there. अब वो डिपेंड करता है कि वो इंस्टीट्यूट अपने यूट्यूब चैनल में कितना प्रमोट करती है. That all depends on that, right? But anyway, I'm just coming to that part of it. That's what I have told you. That might be the part of it. The nature comes in. So this Langya virus. Again, now you see here Hanipa virus. Langya virus, again if you look at here, this Langya virus, which was in the China, if you look at the part of it, first is what? Zoonotic. Zoonotic disease here, right? Again, from where the host is there? Shrew, host of the virus. What is third here? It belongs to which family? Hanipa virus family. It comes to Hanipa virus. Even Nipah. Nipah also comes into the Hanipa and Hendra virus family there. Now the question is that whether it's a DNA virus or RNA virus. Anybody in the classroom? Whether it's a DNA virus or RNA virus. Right? इसमें animal to, see when you say animal to here, ये animal to transmission, animal to human transmission is there through again contact or through body fluid of animal, it gets there. But human to human transmission is not there. Let me again repeat here. When you say Nipah virus come to the human being from food bat or some intermediate animals which transmit there, or through contaminated fruit, the man gets infected with Nipah virus. And then once a person gets Nipah virus, can transmit the Nipah virus to another person, man to man, human to human transmission through contact. But in the case of this one, Langya virus, it is zoonotic, that means from animal to human. But human to human transmission, man to man, that is negligible. ये चीज समझना है कि ये एनिमल टू ह्यूमन है, ह्यूमन टू ह्यूमन बनेगी, यानी कि if a man comes in contact with this animal, shrew, infected shrew, then the man will get the virus. And if the person is infected with the virus, will not transmit to another man, another person. But in Nipah, it can be human to human transmission as well. Now again, what type of virus? RNA virus, DNA virus. There is also RNA virus. RNA containing virus, right? So Langya virus, live V, there is also RNA virus. And where it was in the news? China. Outbreak in China, Southeast Asia. This virus was there, right? They belong to the same family here. See here. This is the diagram. What is this? RNA, single strand RNA. And you can see Langya virus, shrew is the host. From the shrew, infected shrew, it goes to man, humans. And you can see here what is, so even this virus, so what comes here? First is fever, then cough, fatigue, भूख कम हो जाना, है ना, टायर्डनेस होना, then again nausea and vomiting, है ना, nausea vomiting वगैरह होता है Langya virus, right? So that is again the transmission comes from there. So it again belong to Hanipa virus family. Now see here, Hanipa virus. Now understand here, I'm talking about Hanipa virus. See, when you talk about Hanipa virus, right, which is RNA virus. So if you look at here, one is this one, fruit bat. Now this is called as the scientific name is this one, Pteropus. What is the name here? Pteropus. Particular type of fruit bat. So now here you see that fruit consumption, like palm, date palm. There it comes into. But again you need to see here, scratch, bites and cutting. So it can have excretion, the urine. So pig can be infected, right? Even man scratch, bites and cutting up, man can be infected. Even you can see again urine, horse or other animals are infected. So remember that Nipah virus, Langya virus, all these belong to Hanipa virus. ये याद रखना है, Hanipa virus में आता है, उसके ही सब टाइप्स है, right? So that is where the Hanipa virus comes into that. Now look at this diagram. Third disease, disease number third. Beautiful, beautiful structure, pink in color, कितना सुंदर. In electron microscope, when you see the virus, it looks so beautiful, right? क्या कोई बता सकता है ये कौन सा वायरस है? Which virus is this? Another virus. That's to say, human to human transmission is not there. Langya virus, I have told you that human to human transmission is not there. In Nipah is there. ये जो मैंने भी समझाया यहाँ पर. That's right now I have mentioned that Nipah virus, if you look at, is animal to human plus human to human. I have just अभी मैं बोलकर मैंने समझाया था. But when you say here Langya virus, right? The Langya virus is only animal to human. Shrew to man, not from man to man, right? There's no evidence, you're right, there's no evidence of human to human transmission. You're right there, that's that part is what you are talking about is correct, right? That part is all right, what you are talking about is correct. So I'm looking at your chat box, I'm just seeing your chat box also there, so that I'm able to discuss that part comes here, right? So I will just get back to here so that you are the part you are able to understand what I'm talking about right now, right? So I've already covered two of the viruses, Nipah virus and other part of Langya virus. Hanipa virus बोलते हैं, Nipah virus also पर Hendra virus भी कहा जाता है, ठीक है? So my question again, which virus is this? काफी न्यूज में है, this is much in the news, and even it can be asked in the exam. Pink color can give you a hint. Human papilloma virus. What you see right now is a human papilloma virus. पिंक कलर का मतलब भी है कि वो इंडिकेट कर रहा है वुमेन being infected, mostly women. Man can also be infected, but mostly women. Human papilloma virus, right? Oncovirus is a cancer causing virus. अब ये न्यूज में यहाँ पर HPV, there are viruses which can cause human cancer. Now my question is that, is human papilloma virus zoonotic? क्या ये zoonotic है? It's not zoonotic. कैसे spread होता है? How this virus get transmission? ये सब जानना है ना, you have to be aware of that. How this virus get transmission? तो ट्रांसमिशन मोड यू नो दैट, राइट। ट्रांसमिशन कैसे होता है? वन इज दिस वन, सेक्सुअल कॉन्टैक्ट जो होता है, just like HIV, right? Human immunodeficiency virus. Just like HIV, right? This virus, but HIV affect the immune system. Our immunity get affected, T cell and WBC get affected by HIV virus. But when you talk about human papilloma virus, it affect the cervical cancer. The cervix, right? Causing cervical cancer. In women. Now this is the spreading very fast. इसका स्प्रेड जो है फास्ट होता है, मैन में भी हो सकता है, ऐसा नहीं है कि मैन में नहीं है। Now my question to the class, what type of virus? DNA virus or RNA virus? Human papilloma virus is a DNA virus or RNA virus? Is a DNA virus. Its genetic material is a DNA, not RNA. Not RNA. Is a DNA virus. That means the genetic material of this virus is a DNA. Right? So I'll show you this one. This is the material. You have a capsid, outer coat with the protein, and then you have a DNA. You can say this is a DNA. Where is DNA? So it does not mutate. Mutation कहाँ ज़्यादा होता है? When it is RNA virus. यहाँ mutation नहीं होता है. It's a stable virus, right? And now you know that for this vaccine is there. Serum Institute of India, Pune, has developed the Cervavac. This vaccine has been developed, which can be given to young girls, right? Can be given to girls in the puberty. When the girl become teenager thing, in the puberty state, teenager to 24 years old young women can be given this vaccine of the Cervavax. Same company which has developed Covishield for COVID-19 recombinant vaccine, it has also developed this one, Cervavac. Is also recombinant vaccine. मैंने क्लास में कराया भी है recombinant वगैरह जो word है, is also recombinant vaccine there, right? So that is what comes here. So let me see your chat box here, right? Let me get into the chat box here. It spread more than in women because of the part of the kind of cells, tissues what get affected there. The basal cell, what the question Manish has asked, why it is spread more in women than in men? The cause is that the infection. This is the opening of this. What you can say, this the muscle cell of this vagina and cervix, and that where this virus infect the cells, right? Infect the cells, and then that they are able to multiply very fast because of the morphology of the body. That is depends on the body morphology. वुमेन के केस में वहां पर ये चीज वहां पर रिस्क ज्यादा क्यों होता है? क्योंकि that muscle and something which get infected with that virus and is able to multiply and then cause the growth of the cell. What is cancer? Tumor. What is tumor? Uncontrolled cell division. To prevent girls and the women getting the infection, there is a human papilloma virus. Vaccine has been brought, Cervavac. Right? Cervavac HPV vaccine has been now brought. Right? So that is where I mentioned here this Cervavac. The vaccine has been developed here. Right? तो वहां पर कैंसर इसलिए होता है this one. They are able to get inside this one to the muscular cells and able to multiply very fast, and then it causes the tumor and the growth of the cancer. That's why the women are more vulnerable. Most of the time they get the cancer there. This is what the body morphology comes into that. All right. Now another thing here. So you can get question of Cervavac. That could be the part of the question. Now my question to the class: what is this? Which virus? Another beautiful photograph of the virus. तो यही चीज है, the most of the problem with the aspirants or the students are that last moment. सबसे ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम यही चीज है कि आप इंतजार करते हो कि कोई अंतिम में आएगा, आपको बता के जाएगा क्वेश्चन के लिए. अब हर कोई मसीहा नहीं हो सकता. Right? Every teacher could not be there, can always be at the last moment help you there. और ये सब चीजें जो है क्लास में जल्दी डिस्कस नहीं होता है. And that's what I said that. ये मैं बार बार ये बात बताता हूँ, जितने भी बड़े बड़े इंस्टीट्यूट्स हैं पढ़ाते तो जरूर है, लेकिन एग्जाम के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू जो क्वेश्चन आना चाहिए कितना कवर कर पाते हैं वो क्वेश्चन मार्क है. ठीक है. और स्टूडेंट के साथ में क्या है? डिपेंडेंस. अगर आप न्यूज को प्रॉपरली फॉलो करो एवरी डे, ये लास्ट मोमेंट वाली प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी. राइट? लास्ट मोमेंट वाली प्रॉब्लम नहीं आएगी अगर आप फॉलो करो तो. एंड दैट्स व्हाट सेड टुडे व्हाटएवर आई एम कवरिंग, दे आर रियली very important. These 5 sessions, right, what we have planned has a motive that the students who are there, they will be getting benefited. ठीक है. अब इसमें भी मुझे पता है कि ये जो वीडियोस हैं बहुत कम लोग देखेंगे. ठीक है. अब उनका क्या होगा नहीं होगा पता नहीं. वो लोग तो पॉपुलर इंस्टीट्यूट, पॉपुलर मटेरियल, पॉपुलर वीडियोस देख रहे हैं. अब उनका जो होगा भगवान जाने. ये वीडियो जो यहाँ प्लेटफॉर्म चल रहा है, व्हाट आई एम टीचिंग, वेरी फ्यू पीपल विल गेट टू नो. एंड क्वेश्चन अगर आ गया, यू आर वेरी लकी. राइट? सो यू रिमेंबर दैट दिस ये चीज है. और यस, प्रतीक्षा हैज गिवन द आंसर. इट इज monkeypox. वेल डन प्रतीक्षा, गुड. प्रतीक्षा इज वेरी राइट. इट इज monkeypox virus. Monkeypox. What you see right now, it is a monkeypox virus. This was in the news. Monkeypox. And again you can see here. What virus? Is a DNA virus. The genetic material is DNA. Deoxyribonucleic acid. And monkeypox, here virus, the illness lasts for 2 to 4 weeks. 2 से 4 हफ्ते तक इसका लक्षण रहता है. राइट? यहाँ पर जो है ना क्या क्या चीजें हैं. नाउ यू सी हियर, वन इज अ हाई फीवर, बुखार. lymph node, very important, very important. Lymph node, lymph gland. In our body we have in the armpit, thigh, tonsil, different parts of the body we have lymph nodes. So this virus go to the lymph node and multiply. So there is a swelling in lymph nodes. It's a very important part I am mentioning here. So here, swelling in lymph node. See, lymph nodes if you look at human physiology, the lymph organs, not organ, I'll say, this is called immune system, right? That is where the lymph system is there. Out of circulatory system, collect the blood which comes out of the blood capillary. The blood flows to the human body, organs, everything. So the organ with the capillary bed is there, thin capillary. So when the blood is brought by artery and some part of the blood comes out of the capillary, what is called lymph, they get collected by the lymph nodes and brought back to the main circulation. What is main circulation? Heart, that part of the cardiac, heart circulation part. But at the same time, the lymph, that liquid which comes out of the blood, that lymph contains WBC, white blood cells, which are involved in immune function. And the lymph gland like tonsil, spleen, liver ke paas jagah spleen, all this part, they also help in maturation of WBC, white blood cells and all this. So they are very important one. Now what monkeypox does? ये virus क्या करता है? That affect the lymph को affect करता है. I'll give another example of lymph getting affected. You know about this very important name, filaria, हाथी पांव, filaria, elephantiasis. They're the worm, filial worm. What worm? Get into the lymph of our leg, and the swelling of lymph in the leg cause the filaria. That's through the worm, filial worm. Same way, monkeypox virus, here we are talking about virus, can infect the lymph nodes. फाइलेरिया का मैंने एग्जांपल क्यों दिया? खाली समझाने के लिए कि एक और ऐसी बीमारी है जहां पर, लेकिन वो वायरस नहीं है, वर्म है, जो कि पैर के लिम्फ नोड में ग्रो करता है, स्वेलिंग होती है, जिसको कहते हैं फाइलेरिया हाथी पांव. उसी तर्ज पे मंकी पॉक्स वायरस है, जो कि वो भी जो लिम्फ नोड है उस पे ग्रो करता है और इन्फेक्ट करता है, स्वेलिंग करता है. मैंने कंपैरिजन दिया है, I've given comparison. So if you see your lymph, then rash on hands. पता चेहरे पे रैश होता है ना? So here headache होता है, rash होता है, rashes on face, hand, है ना, body पे होता है. आपको पता है स्मॉल पॉक्स, माता बड़ी माता, स्मॉल पॉक्स. Now smallpox has been eradicated. Smallpox has been now eradicated. It belongs to the same kind of family of smallpox. What exists right now? Chickenpox, measles. ये monkeypox से आता है, smallpox. उसी से derive हुआ है, right? That come from there, right? That is what has come from there. Now you can see here this one. Wuchereria bancropti, that is called filaria. That is right. Wuchereria bancropti, that is a filial worm which causes elephantiasis filaria. You're right, that is right. I've not given the name, but you're right there. But what is very important, I'm talking about monkeypox. So monkeypox was in the news, right? Now this is the Hindu paper. Monkeypox arrived in India, and that time Hindu paper has this coverage, right? Now what is in the coverage here? See, in September 2022, more than 50,000 cases reported from more than 99 countries. More than 99 countries worldwide, and more than 50,000 cases were reported of monkeypox. And that time WHO came out with guidelines, right? तो ये चीज था यहाँ पर. And 8 death from non-endemic countries से हुआ था, जहां पर ये नहीं पाया जाता, वहां पर डेथ हुआ था. And you can see the rashes and all. ये जो जैसे स्मॉल पॉक्स में होता है, the rashes are there, right? So US, Brazil, Peru, Canada, Spain, France, Germany, UK, Netherlands, Portugal, 88% of cases were there. Europe and America, right? Europe and America, North America and South America. Europe, South America, and North America. That came in the grip of the monkeypox virus. Then now see, number of cases in that part, but they declined by 20% by the last week of August. The cases got there. Predominantly in Europe. Mostly in Europe it was seen. But again the cases were, but cases are declining in the USA. America, lack of awareness. WHO said one of the things is lack of awareness and not having sufficient vaccine. Not having enough of vaccine and lack of awareness there. Now see, small proportion, only small proportion of monkeypox cases, 5%, reported healthcare workers globally. Doctors, paramedics who treat the patient, so only 5% of them were there outside healthcare. And the continued spread of this strain, you can see here. The strain is this is the name of the strain, the lineage. 2B.B.1 और इसका 8 सब lineage था. That is what was strain of monkeypox. तो इसका पूरा का पता नहीं है. इसमें कोविड के asymptomatic transmission भी होता है, राइट. नॉन एंडेमिक कंट्रीज जहां पर जनरली ये नहीं पाए जाते हैं, जैसे एशिया, अफ्रीका, वहां भी इसके केसेस देखे गए और ह्यूमन टू ह्यूमन ट्रांसमिशन का जो केसेस है बहुत कम, रेयरली देखा गया. बट दोज हु गॉट इन्फेक्टेड फ्रॉम देयर, इट वाज ऑल सीन देयर, राइट. Yes, all in one, the person who is asking question that Wucheria bankruptcy for elephant, yes, you're right. Filaria is caused by filial worm, Wucheria bankruptcy, you're right. You're very right. What you are asking question is right. So this is what in the news was there. Now the next one. Which disease? अभी चल रहा है. Is right now in the news. Anybody in the classroom? Anybody watching this live video can also tell me there. This is right now in the news. Saudi Arabia, Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia में अभी ये infection, Gulf countries, they are reporting this cases there. And you can see here camel. Okay, can you hear me now? है ना, अभी सुनाई दे रहा है? Am I audible now? I think now I will be audible. Thank you for reminding me, because sometimes the battery may be discharged, so will not be there. So that's what I'll repeat again. I'll again repeat this. See, this is the Middle East respiratory syndrome, MERS, and the natural host is the camel. It affects the lungs, and the zoonotic disease is from camel to human and human to human transmission, and it is spread through air droplets, just like coronavirus or COVID-19. And basically it is an evolved form of SARS virus. Basically it is an evolved form of SARS virus, severe acute respiratory syndrome. From there the MERS virus has come, Middle East, because these Gulf countries, they have this camel and they are infected with the virus. Now from MERS, COVID-19 evolved, SARS-CoV-2, what we say COVID-19 came from MERS virus. So actually here, this is right now in the news. If you look at, this is in the news here, right? If you look at right now, I'll take you to the news here. Right now it is there in Saudi Arabia in the news there. I'm taking there. There's MERS outbreak. Saudi Arabia. Now look at here this one. 80%, you can see here, around 80% MERS-CoV, right? Cases were discovered and confirmed in the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. It is estimated that 1625 cases have been diagnosed with MERS-CoV globally, with 1238 they given there. Now if you look at here, can you see here date? मैं डेट को हाईलाइट कर रहा हूं, 29th August 2023. You can see the date here, and you can see WHO, World Health Organization, Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus. Again you can see 5th August 2022, right? Again you can see MERS, Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia worst hit by MERS. Right? This is what you find here. And if you take Hindu paper, suppose if I take the Hindu paper, right from 2014, you can find here, right from 2014 here, and you can see Hajj, Hajj Yatra, the pilgrims who go to Hajj, right? When they go to Hajj, the Hajj Yatra, they are at risk of getting this MERS virus. As you see that. For Hajj, pilgrims all over the world, they come to Saudi Arabia there. And then what you can see here, 2013, 2015, you can see all the news. Right? All these news will come across. Advisory for this type of virus. Right? So what is my point here is that it has been reported in the Hindu paper earlier, but recent coverage is not there. But again, WHO, World Health Organization, has issued guidelines. August 2023, the WHO guidelines for MERS-CoV. There is another strain of MERS which has evolved, right? Which has evolved from there. So what you find here, this is what I want to discuss here. This part is very, very important. So here, if you look at, so initially SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome. Now from there, the MERS has come. And from MERS, this COVID has come. Right? And again you can see that, what is the name? SARS-CoV-2. अभी क्या न्यूज में है, इसी का इवॉल्व फॉर्म ये है, MERS-CoV. Right? Now if you see here, there is a zoonotic, but here WHO has not confirmed COVID-19 as zoonotic, but MERS is zoonotic. Right? This is how the family. So they all belong to where? They all belong to this one, influenza. Am I audible now? Okay. Okay, I'll again repeat here. All these, when you come to this one, so SARS from there, MERS got evolved, and from there COVID-19 got evolved. And they all affect respiratory system, right? And are RNA virus. And they all have the zoonotic aspect there. Like SARS-CoV here, you can see the wild cat and all this one. Even MERS, camel. Then SARS-CoV-2, which came in Wuhan, China. One was the suspect was pangolin. Pangolin is an animal there. But again, the WHO is not confirmed. And also said that one of the carrier could be fruit bat also there. That is a part of SARS-CoV-2. And they all affect what? Lungs, alveoli, breathing discomfort and lungs, they get affected, right? This part comes here. Now what I'm coming to this one. Now tell me, आपको पता है what I want to talk about? You all know about what I am referring to here. Kukuduku, right? Poultry bird, murga, right? Hen, chicken, that comes into that. You are aware of this one. So what is this called as? Bird flu. It's called as a bird flu. That is a avian influenza. What we call as a bird flu. Right? And this is again making the headlines here. Right? This is what making again the headlines. Mostly, you know, Southeast Asia. India also has reported the cases of bird flu. Southeast Asia. Right? India maybe iska cases raha hai. India has also been there. At the same time, you know, China. Right? And you will find here this influenza virus. Again, it's about influenza, RNA virus, and they mutate very fast. They carry out mutation very fast. But there is a way it gets named. It's named after, remember that, these viruses are named after two types of proteins. Right, two types of surface proteins. Right, what we call antigens. They are named after two types of surface proteins called H. Right? H, that is called hemagglutinin. Hemagglutinin. and N type of protein, that is called neuraminidase. Based on the shape, structure of H type and N type, they are given name. And they evolve with this. What happens when the RNA change? When they undergo mutation and RNA change, then H and N, the structure, shape, undergo change. And they're given that name there. H1N1, H5N1, all these are there. They are given the names here. है ना, इसका जो नाम जो होता है H1, 2, 3, 4, it goes like this. जब उसका चेंज होता है, same way N 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they name like this. Like H1N1 bird flu, H5N1 swine flu. I will see here H1N1 was the bird flu. Initially it was reported there. Then later on, H5N1, that was in the news. That was swine flu, which came from pig. So this one, H1, H5, H10, all these are name of these proteins, type of proteins. So this is based on this name here, hemagglutinin and neurolins. That means on the virus, these are two types of protein here. One is H type and another is N type. And the shape, the structure, right? Shapes of this protein change with the mutation. These H and N type proteins. Based on that, the scientists identify them and give the names. है ना, उसका जो नाम जो दिया जाता है, इसके स्ट्रक्चर पे नाम दिया जाता है जब उसको पहली बार डिटेक्ट किया जाता है. Based on that, the name is given there, right? That's called H1N1, H5N1. ये सारा जो है, the names are given there. So if you look at the current news, right, this you can see here, avian influenza. Again, if you do the search here, avian influenza, right, and Southeast Asia. Again, it has been there in the outbreak here. This one. And now, see, they spread among birds, poultry birds and all this. But again, human contact with the birds, particularly the poultry farm. Now, human contact and human transmission, that is all making the news. So you can see here this one. Southeast Asia, a wave of highly pathogenic avian influenza, HPAI. What is the name given? Highly pathogenic avian influenza, HPAI. H5N1 infection came through 2003, affecting Cambodia, Indonesia, Laos, Malaysia, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam. 4th October 2023. Which date? 4th October 2023. Again, current affairs. Again, is a part of current affairs. Is important part here. Given here, this, look at here. H5N1. HPAI there. H5N1. Highly pathogenic avian influenza. You will see all the date here. See here. 16th May 2023. I'm just giving you a date here. Avian influenza 26th February 2023. So this could be another area. HPAI, highly pathogenic avian influenza. That's making headlines. This one. And this is causing infection where? To human. This strain of influenza that is causing here to human. H1N5. right? It's given here H1N5. You can see this one, H1N5, H5N1. Sorry, H5N1. Always remember that this H changes. That is the bird flu. Whereas what I've discussed here, this one, ये मैंने क्या discuss किया? H5. What is H5N1? What is H5N1? Swine flu. That came from pig to humans. And you know, even swine flu, highly contagious. It was pandemic. Worldwide outbreak of swine flu was there. Even India got infected with swine flu, but we controlled it. Swine flu भी कभी न कभी न्यूज में रहता है. इसका वर्ल्ड वाइड आउटब्रेक हुआ था, पैंडेमिक हुआ था, H5N1 स्वाइन फ्लू. जब आप बर्ड फ्लू की बात करते हो तो बर्ड फ्लू ऑलवेज लुक एट हियर, दिस रिमेन्स फिक्स्ड, दिस चेंजेस. H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 ये चेंज करता है. एंड यू कैन सी इन दिस केस H5N1, right? So here, this is where you have to remember that swine flu का जो है, the bird flu here, right? This is what you have to be aware of. So ये काफी अभी न्यूज में है, right? Which you know, the poultry bird, the person who works in the poultry bird, the infection can go to nasal, or the person who deal with the bird from hand, from contact through nose, it can go to lungs and can affect. Influenza affect the lungs. That part is there. So not only birds get infected and they die, but also even the humans, and human transmission is there. Right? Now let me come to another one. It's a very important one, which I'm now discussing here. This one. Zoonotic cycle. I am very sure ये करंट अफेयर मटेरियल्स में कहीं भी कवर नहीं किया गया होगा. But this is given in WHO. This is what you can see right now. You will see here vector, mosquito, and this can go to the reservoir host, birds. Bird and the mosquitoes, these are two types of host. Mosquito is the carrier, mosquito is the vector, and the reservoir is the bird. And that mosquito, when it bites to the humans, incident host, and even the mosquito which bites the horse which comes there, that gets into that. अगर कोई मुझे इसका सही नाम बता दे, if anybody can give me the right name of the disease. I'm looking at your chat box. मैं देखता हूं कितने लोग बता सकते हैं. How many of you can give me the correct name of the disease? मैं आपको हिंट देता हूं. यूरोप. In Europe, this disease was in the news. This disease, what I'm showing the photograph, was in the news. दूसरा, second hint I'm giving there. It affects the brain and the brain membrane. Anybody? Madan Mohan, Pratiksha, Saket, Shivraj, Pankaj, right? Anybody? All in one, whatever the name you have used in your IDs here. Anybody can tell me what is the name of this here? And they have two subtypes. Weave, Shivraj Kadam. Can you give me the full form there? Can you give me the full form here? I'm looking at the chat box. West Nile virus, not exactly, right? Not exactly West Nile there. not exactly there. And it also causes mutation. I'm giving another, they cause the encephalitis. I've given the part, no? It affects the brain, encephalitis. So I'll give very, very important name is there. You'll be able to understand here. This is called Western, right? And now it is in Europe there, right? Western, and this is called as the equine encephalitis. Western equine encephalitis virus. Why it is called Western? Because West, that is the Europe. And why it is called equine? The word equine is the horse. You can see here, horse, right? Equine. And why it is called encephalitis? It affects brain fever and all this. So this one comes. Now if you look at another strain, Eastern. So here this equine encephalitis, always remember that whenever the word encephalitis comes, that is a nervous system. So if you look at this one, the part of here, one is the Western, right? So this V is in Europe. Spain, Europe, all these are getting affected there. And second, which is called Eastern, that is in Africa, African country. They are getting this encephalitis. You know that in India also, we have Japanese encephalitis. In India, we have similar type of encephalitis called JE virus, Japanese encephalitis virus, which has originated from Japan. But here, this is what you find here, right? So there are two forms are there. Equine one, this is form, two forms are there. And right now in this news, Europe mein wahan par hai. I'll show you the headline. I'll take you to the headline here. So if you look at the headline here, look at the headline here. This is all in the news right now, but it has not been so much mentioned in the current affair materials. Let's look at it here. Western equine encephalitis virus, right? What is the date here? 28th December 2023. 28th December 2023. I'm just seeing you that. See here. 2023. 5th October 2022. See here. ये horses में होता है, घोड़े में. From elephant, from horses, that's what comes. And that's what you have a vector here. Very important thing is that there you have a vector. So it is a two type of there. One is a vector mosquito, and second is zoonotic, inzootic. That means you have a bird. This is both zoonotic and also vector. So when this mosquito bite horse, right, horse here, but that is what called biologically called equine. The horse which get infected. At the same time, this same mosquito can infect the humans. This is what we find here. Now look at here further, what I mentioned here. So which mosquito here? This mosquito, what you see, is a Culex mosquito. See, Culex mosquito, same vector, Culex mosquito cause filaria, elephantiasis. Same mosquito Culex also cause JE virus. You know, Gorakhpur in UP, Gorakhpur in Uttar Pradesh, many children died of JE virus, Japanese encephalitis virus. Now the government of India has brought vaccine for children in those areas to be vaccinated with the JE virus vaccine. Culex, you know, 3 type mosquito: Anopheles, Aedes, Culex. Anopheles, female Anopheles, malaria. Aedes, dengue, Zika, chikungunya. Aedes aegypti. And third is Culex. It causes filaria also, and JE virus, Japanese encephalitis virus, plus equine encephalitis. Western equine encephalitis, Eastern equine encephalitis. So you can see here this mosquito. And you can see here rat. Rats are also the host. And from this mosquito, it can go to horse, right? Dead horse, and from there, man. Even you can see Aedes. Aedes mosquito also, right? Which causes dengue, chikungunya, and Zika. Right? Aedes could also be there. So the 2 mosquitoes are there, Aedes and Culex. Aedes also comes into that. The 2 types of mosquitoes, Aedes, which also cause Zika, chikungunya, and dengue, can also transmit from horse to horse. You see, from horse to horse. This one cycle is this one. There is a horse to horse, infected horse to horse, and you have a vector here, Aedes mosquito. And same horse to man, same mosquito can transmit to man also, human, horse to human, Aedes mosquito. Another cycle is rat, right? You have a rat here. So rat, like here, infected rat, bitten by which mosquito? Culex mosquito. And Culex mosquito to rat. So here, another cycle, what is it? Another cycle is rat to rat. So one cycle is rat to rat, Culex, and the same Culex mosquito can bite horse and horse to man. Horse to man. यानी कहने में 2 साइकिल है, एक है रैट rodent, mouse to mouse, rat to rat, and again can come to man and horse, both can be infected, and that is Culex mosquito. Second cycle is this one, horse to horse and horse to man, and that is through Aedes mosquito. And again you can see the rat can transmit through Aedes to horse, and from horse to man, Aedes can transmit. Right? This is very interesting cycle is there. What you see here is a very interesting cycle. This one will come a very interesting cycle. So this bridge vector is there. I can say their bridge vector, and all this could be part of the question there, right? Enjutic means they have a in between the cycle, bridge, right? Enjutic and epizotic, what you come across, that is again inside, and epi comes into that one. They are zoonotic only there, but they transmit through the vector, right? What is asking there? Enjutic and epizotic there. This word comes here. Enjutic comes here, this one. Enjutic. This meaning. This affect animals there. COPD disease often affecting animals in particular place. I've shown you that mosquito, Culex mosquito, rat, Aedes mosquito, horse. There's a reason to believe that virus may be enjutic, which means it establishes itself in an animal population. And what is epizootic? Epizootic here, enzootic means here. And what is epizootic? That is the outbreak disease which is usually from human to human. There, see, epizootic is defined outbreak disease in which there is an unusually large number of cases. Large number of cases, whereas and enzootic refers to low level of disease there, right? And epizootic, if you look at, so epizootic here is basically causes the hemorrhagic fever. See, you have given the hemorrhagic fever, which is from animal to their one. So if you look at here, see epizootic. If you look at epizootic, ये सब word को clear होना है क्योंकि such kind of technical word can be asked then. Now see what is epizootic. Outbreak of disease affecting many animals of one kind at the same time, right? One type of animals at the same time. And what is enzootic? They may affect different animals, right? If you look at here, what is epizootic here? See, outbreak of disease affecting many animals of one kind. And what is enzootic? Enzootic, if you look at, so enzootic is this one. What is enzootic here? This one. Often affecting animals in a particular place. Like we said, endemic. Right? The reason to believe that. So I'll make it here. See here, remember that. See, when you say zoonotic, that is from animal to animal, right? As well as animal to humans. This is what called zoonotic. It's a very simple word. When you say enzootic, N means endemic. जैसे हम बोलते हैं ना एंडेमिक, पर्टिकुलर लोकेशन. And what is second here cause? Epizootic. What is the word here? Epizootic. Epidemic. It comes from the word epidemic. What is epidemic? To more areas, larger areas, right? That is the outbreak is large area. Many animals are infected. Here, when you talk about enzootic, this is low level. There's a few animals are affected. But what is epizootic here? Since the spread is far away, right? If the spread is far, this is high level, where more animals are affected, are infected. This is the meaning, right? इसका meaning ये चीज है. This is what the meaning is there. Simple word, endemic and epidemic. Zoonotic. Zoonotic is animal to animal and animal to human. There is zoonotic. Endemic in particular location, epidemic. So when you talk about Western equine fever or encephalitis, which affect the brain, the horse, rat, so that is a specific area we are talking about. Europe and all this one. That's what comes here, right? And you can see here this one. Western causes affect the brain, equine, then again horse, like culex, bird also intermediate, rabbits, rodent, even the rabbit could be there, rodent could be there. Another one is Aedes, it has got two vectors there, right? Where it found? Canada, Panama, Argentina, Brazil, Cuba, Western countries. And then you can see here Eastern equine fever, that is where spread by the bite of the mosquito, dead end horse, bridge vector, you have a Aedes. And where do you find this brain is get affected? Where do you find? Canada, Panama, Argentina, Brazil, Cuba, Western countries. And then you can see here Eastern equine fever, that is where spread by the bite of the mosquito, dead end horse, bridge vector, you have a Aedes. And where do you find this brain is get affected? It is part of eastern means Africa, Asia. Africa and Asia, eastern part of the world. Western means Europe and Americas. Again, equine, that means horse. Again, through vector, mosquito, Culex and Aedes. And again, both have the same kind of effect, brain, encephalitis, that causes the fever. Again, the bird is the host. Again, see, symptom range from mild fever to encephalitis, seizure and paralysis. Brain get affected. Right? That part comes in. That is part of it. Now, I am coming to this one, this virus. Another very interesting virus. Right? Anybody in the classroom who can tell me? Right? This virus, what you see right now, right? This is the where I have taken this diagram there, right? This is the virus. Which virus? Same virus. This is the same virus here. Equine encephalitis. Now, what is very important here? RNA virus. This virus which we have discussed, equine encephalitis virus, right? Whether it's eastern or western, whether you take western, right, or eastern, the beautiful what color you can see there is not a DNA virus, it's RNA virus. This diagram is only to show you that its genetic material is RNA, ribonucleic acid, single strand RNA, that is a part of it. So even equine encephalitis virus, which affect the brain and all, is also RNA virus. Right? Now I am coming to the last disease of today's session, the last disease in the news, that is this one. Now you know that this is not a virus. What you can see, the microscopic photograph is not a virus. It's basically a bacteria. And now it is making headlines. अब ये चर्चा में न्यूज में है और जो मैं अभी डिजीज डिस्कस करने जा रहा हूँ, लास्ट डिजीज ऑफ दिस सेशन, दैट इज अ बैक्टीरिया. कैन एनीवन टेल मी व्हिच बैक्टीरिया आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट? कौन सा बैक्टीरिया के बारे में बता रहा हूँ? अगर कोई मुझे बता सकता है, ये बैक्टीरिया है, रॉड शेप, यू नो दैट. What is the bacteria? And this is what it affect the hand, muscles. ये जो आप देखते हो रैश जो होता है, कोई अगर बता सके. आई एम सीइंग योर चैट बॉक्स. Yes. This is only shown for the general public. That's what the color is there. These colors are exactly present in virus? No. These colors are not present in the virus. Right? These colors are graphically shown to just differentiate one type of virus with another. These colors are not real colors, right? This is all shown depicted graphically to make a distinction of the proteins of the virus from one another. They use this one. Manish is asking this question in the chat box, so I am giving the reply there. तो ये जो है रियल कलर नहीं होता, उसको डिपिक्ट करने के लिए करते हैं. हाँ, लेकिन स्ट्रक्चर रियल होता है. The structure of the virus and the shape of the proteins, they are real. Color is just only for depiction, to differentiate the different types of surface antigens और प्रोटीन. तो वहां पर अलग अलग कलर से दर्शाया जाता है, अलग अलग रंग से दर्शाया जाता है, जो अलग अलग प्रोटीन्स होते हैं वहां पर. Yes, anybody, which bacteria we are talking about? अभी न्यूज में है, this right now in the news. मैं हिंट देता हूं. This bacteria is also used for sometime for bio weapon. जैविक हथियार में भी इसका उपयोग होता है, बायो वेपन में भी यूज करते हैं. Not leptospirosis. No. पंकज, नॉट लेप्टोस्पायरोसिस। अभी मैंने हिंट दिया है, इट इज यूज्ड इन द बायो वेपन ऑल्सो, इसको है ना बायो वेपन के तौर पे भी यूज किया गया। इज नॉट लेप्टोस्पायरोसिस, इज एंथ्रैक्स। व्हाट यू सी राइट नाउ, दिस इज एंथ्रैक्स। एंथ्रैक्स, राइट। अभी कहां पर न्यूज में आया हुआ है, आउटब्रेक इन ज़ैम्बिया। वेयर इज ज़ैम्बिया? अफ्रीका, African nation Zambia. There this anthrax has been reported. You can see in the news there. If you see, if I take to the newspaper, you can see here anthrax outbreak. You see the headline here. History of anthrax and all. Now see here. Zambia. WHO. 8th December 2023. I am highlighting the date. 8th December 2023. Zambia in Africa, WHO came out with guidelines to prevent spread of anthrax, to control anthrax. Right? वहां पर आया हुआ है और आप देख सकते हो यहाँ पे एंथ्रैक्स पब्लिक हेल्थ रिस्क again 2023, right? So this was in the news. But I'm now coming here, this was in the news. Zambia. And anthrax is a deadly bacteria. It affects the skin and everything there. And the person can die also. As a bioweapon it can be used, person can die also there. There is Bacillus anthracis, right there. The rod-shaped bacteria. And you know rod-shaped bacteria, they are called Bacillus. Bacillus kind of. So Zambia, if you look at, now again if you take here, अगर आप इसको clearly देखो आप, तो how the mode of transmission is there? See the bacteria, remember that. The bacteria, what is the name? Bacillus anthracis. It produces spores, right? Produces dormant spores. The bacteria live in the spores. Dormant होते हैं, मतलब जब बैक्टीरिया को डोरमेंसी में जाना होता है, when the bacteria, because of change in some environmental condition, the bacteria form around itself something called cyst, C-Y-S-T, cyst, spores, and go into dormant stage, right? वो डोरमेंट स्टेज में चला जाता है, ये स्पोर्स है, तो नॉट एक्टिव, पैसिव होता है, नॉट एक्टिव, and can live in the environment like soil for a long time, even decades तक वो soil में जिंदा रह सकता है, inactive stage में रहता है. Now what happens when the spores get inside the body of an animal? Let's say here animal, that is the animal which feed herbivore which feed the grass, and the grass had the spores. So these spores get inside the body of the animal, right? So now it can get to animal or person, that is a human, a place rich with water, sugars and other nutrients. Let's say when man drink water which has that kind of water containing the spores there, now can be activated, the spores become active. Spores become active and grow into the cell, growing cells. What you can see here, they become active cells. And what happens is when they become active, when this become active, the bacteria can multiply. It can multiply fast, and multiply, spread out in the body and produce toxin, poison, that called serious illness. Now when the bacteria multiply, either in animal when it become active, so this bacteria when multiply, or in humans. In humans, when this bacteria become active and multiply, it produces toxin. Poison. It produces poison and toxin, which cause illness and death. इससे मनुष्य में जब ये जहर या टॉक्सिन प्रोड्यूस होता है प्रोटीन, उससे बीमारी होती है और मौत हो जाता है. और ये बहुत डेंजरस होता है. इट्स वेरी वेरी डेंजरस. एनिमल कैन ऑल्सो डाई, मैन कैन ऑल्सो डाई. दिस बिकम वेरी वेरी डेंजरस, राइट? दिस बिकम्स वेरी वेरी डेंजरस here. What you can see here, this part. This is lab culture. This is a lab culture where of anthrax. इस तरह के कल्चर होता है जब उसको ग्रो किया जाता है. अगार जेल होता है, जैसे समथिंग कॉल्ड अगार जेल. इन द अगार जेल दिस बैक्टीरिया with the nutrient, ये nutrient media होता है. When you say there is a nutrient media in the lab, this nutrient media in the biotechnology lab, microbiology lab, कहाँ पे microbiology lab में, and it this media, right, where it is a agarose gel बोलते हैं, जहाँ पे उसको कल्चर किया, semi solid gel is there, जहाँ पे nutrient होता है, where the bacteria multiply. So after a few days, you find colony of the bacteria. What do you find? These are colonies of anthrax bacteria. One way to detect this bacteria is through this culture. What you see, yellow color and all this color. These are colonies of anthrax bacteria. तो अगर जब सस्पेक्टेड केस होते हैं, when there is suspicion and the doctors and scientists believe that is anthrax, so they will take the sample from the animal or human, they will culture in the lab, and if this colonies and the bacteria are found, so that is a confirmed cases that it is anthrax. और यही कल्चर को अगर हम हथियार बनाते, weapon, culture the bacteria in the lab, make a weapon, put this the bacteria and detonate it, bombard it, just like a weapon in the soil, in the water, and if it goes to animals and humans, it can kill many animals, can kill many humans. It becomes very, very dangerous, right? That is what the खतरा होता है. और आप देखो, आप अगर आपको एंथ्रैक्स की बात करें एज अ बायो वेपन, ये कई बार ट्राई भी किया गया है. दिस यू कैन सी हियर, एंथ्रैक्स एज बायो वेपन. यू विल फाइंड सो मेनी आर्टिकल्स टू रीड, so many articles to read. See, research on anthrax as a biological weapon began more than 80 years ago. 80 साल पहले इस पे रिसर्च हुआ, and today at least 17 countries, 17 nations are believed to have offensive biological weapons, right? Program that include anthrax. Now see, recent events in the USA, America, have shown how society is affected by both hoax and real threats of anthrax bioweapons. Imagine 17 countries worldwide, they have developed bioweapons of anthrax. एक कोरोना वायरस, वन कोविड वायरस पूरे विश्व को हिलाकर रख दिया. स्वाइन फ्लू, SARS. Now you can understand what a virus can do. Imagine the same thing the anthrax bacteria can do. The anthrax bacteria can do such kind of a havoc. है ना, कितना क्षति कर सकता है. तो ये चीज मैं बताने का प्रयास कर रहा हूँ. That's what the part, and you know, if it goes to wrong hand, then it can be really dangerous there. Now coming to this one, this is a place, Zambia, right? Where is Zambia? You can see the map. Zambia is here. Zambia is this country. So you have Angola, then you have Congo. DRC. You know Ebola virus. It's a rainforest. It's a rainforest. And again here wild animals. Many of wild animals are natural hosts of different types of viruses. कई बार आप देखेंगे कि जो अफ्रीकन नेशन से जो आउटब्रेक ऑफ डिजीज होता है, आपको कोंगो का नाम आएगा. You'll come across the name of the Congo. Zaire. Ebola came from Zaire. Z-A-I-R-E. वहां से आया हुआ. And is rich in biodiversity. Pristine forest, chimpanzee, gorilla, Congo basin. Many of the wild animals, and they are naturally the host of viruses. Ebola virus came from Ebola. That's the name of the river in the Congo. So Zambia is nearby here. Zambia is here. Other side is Tanzania. The other side Malawi, Mozambique, Zimbabwe. You know Zimbabwe. One side is Namibia, Botswana. So if you look at Zambia as the country, she is surrounded by Angola, then Democratic Republic of Congo, then Malawi, Mozambique, Tanzania, Zimbabwe, Botswana, Namibia. These are the countries surrounding the Zambia, where this outbreak of anthrax was reported in 2023. So it really becomes very, very important from exam point of view. And I told you that anthrax is what? Anthrax is a bacteria. Anthrax is not a virus, it's a bacteria. Right? So I have gone to such areas of diseases. Few of them are in the news for last 5, 6, 10 years. At the same time, I tried to bring those type of diseases which are not so much discussed in the newspapers or current affairs materials. मैंने ये ट्राई किया है कि ऐसे टॉपिक्स को, ऐसे डिजीज को मैं आपके सामने लाऊं जो कि WHO, वर्ल्ड हेल्थ ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के वेबसाइट में है, जिसका न्यूज कवरेज कम हुआ है, लेकिन उसके लिए WHO का गाइडलाइंस है. और क्वेश्चन पेपर जब बनता है तो सब्जेक्ट मैटर एक्सपर्ट होता है, दे नो द थिंग्स हैपनिंग एट द ग्लोबल लेवल, और वहां से क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. तो whatever diseases I have tried to highlight today in this session and whatever I tried to cover, they are really very, very important, and there will be the possibility of questions to be asked in UPSC exam, at the same time other state level exam or other competitive exams. वहां पे क्वेश्चन आ सकता है ना. तो ये बहुत बड़ी बात है, और जो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लगा कि आप लोग यहाँ जुड़े रहे, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट यहाँ जुड़े रहे, और मैं आपके लाइव चैट देखता रहा वहाँ पर, है ना. तो मुझे लगता है जो ये प्रयास किया जा रहा है, इससे आप लोगों को जरूर हेल्प मिलेगा. राइट. एंड आई होप दैट ये थर्ड सेशन हो चुका है. आई विल अगेन कंडक्ट 2 more sessions. राइट. बाद में व्हेन आई कम टू कानपुर एंड पुणे इन द क्लासरूम वी विल डिस्कस अदर एरियाज देयर. राइट. सो विल मीट देयर इन द पार्ट ऑफ इट. सो बट अगेन रिमेंबर दैट देयर आर मेनी अदर डिजीजेस इन द न्यूज. न्यूज में बहुत सारे ऐसे डिजीज या हेल्थ एस्पेक्ट सब आता है, तो आपको ट्राई करना है कि ऐसे डिजीजेस जो न्यूज में रहा है, बहुत ज्यादा हाईलाइट है या बहुत कम हाईलाइट है, उसको प्रॉपर वे से पढ़ के जाना है. लाइक पंकज हैज मेंशन्ड दैट लेप्टोस्पायरोसिस, दैट वाज आफ्टर केरला फ्लड. इट वाज आल्सो रिपोर्टेड हिंदू पेपर. दैट आल्सो बिकम्स इंपॉर्टेंट. मे बी वन क्वेश्चन, फैक्चुअल क्वेश्चन, डायरेक्ट क्वेश्चन, मे हैव दोस काइंड ऑफ ऑप्शंस, है ना. हो सकता है कि प्रीलिम्स एग्जाम में ऐसा क्वेश्चन आ जाए जहां पर 3-4 ऐसे डिजीज के बारे में हो, उसके कॉज हो या क्या ट्रांसमिशन मोड है, और वो 3-4 ऐसे इंपॉर्टेंट डिजीज जो न्यूज में रहा है उसको मिला के एक सिंगल क्वेश्चन पूछ दे, है ना. वही पॉसिबिलिटी है, तो उसको अच्छे से करना है वहां पर. ठीक है. सो आई विल स्टॉप द क्लास हियर एंड वी विल मीट इन द नेक्स्ट सेशन. Those who are watching the recorded video, they will also be benefited and go to the other segment of the videos. There you will be able to see that. Okay. So I am very, very happy to interact with all of you. Let's meet in the next session. Till then, thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Good night. Good night everyone. And stay well. Disease, अपना सेहत का ख्याल रखिए. ठीक है. बहुत important है. And all of you who are attending, right, you will get benefit in the exam. Okay. So I am very, very glad, and we'll meet next session with new topics. All right.